Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language. And without further ado, let's take a look at the headlines and then get into the bulletin. In our top stories tonight, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni advises Ugandans to stop cultivating in wetlands. Furthermore, the president also okayed the copyright management system. Nakapiripiri district leaders and residents block Pokot pastoralists and West Pokot of Kenya. And the third edition of the Makerere Guild League starts to write a rich history of the university leadership. Once again, thank you for joining us. It's going to be an hours-long bulletin, so let's get straight into it. In our top story today, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged residents of Ntungamo district to stop wetland cultivation, which contributes to drought. The president says that continued encroachment on wetlands violates the country's laws and distorts nature. He was on a parish development model assessment of Ntungamo district. Let's have a look.
The three-day presidential wealth creation tour of Ankole sub-region ended on Thursday, 27th February 2025, but President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni over the weekend continued to assess the parish development model program. President Museveni, in company of the First Lady, Kyotera Museveni, visited Mole Orikiriza, a parish development model beneficiary in Ntungamo district. Mole is a resident of Nyanga 2, Chobe Ward, Rentobo, Rahi Town Council.
Mzei na mama mwebare byone byo tiri twabatambwire niwe mu bicweka bitari bimwe na bimwe.
Orikiriza first ventured in poultry keeping after receiving shillings 1 million in 2023.
Ashanga icyetengo cyo kutunga enkoko. Muze nkoko kazitunga nagure nkoko igana. Nazitunga nazorobwire buke.
However, having not yielded much as she expected, Mole decided to take a loan of shillings 2.5 million from a local village circle to start onion growing, which she claims has now changed her life.
Nashtabana mushiza wanje situ za muzei zuhire hatukoreki kaje twiharoni yonye zatushashuri yari yaroni namwemerera.
So ninda kubebaza abukwimukira ompuru yito yituretsere mukakire sentezi mukazikozesa.
For the water concerns raised by farmers, Museveni proposes that setting up irrigation schemes in the area could help in averting climatic changes.
Bati mukimara akore mugambere abantu banyu baryo mbishara abako nibakomye bishara namona boko muhangarinda kubashima ndebero baryo mukishara kito cyo kuza rwa mucucu barigiremo ikifundo cyagarukaho konka aroho bacyaba abahena muhanga abakwingo bukabe yo muranko mu mukishara barigemo abo direkishara amaizi.
President Museveni announced plans to introduce water pumps and solar-powered irrigation systems to ensure consistent water supply for farming.
Chamaizi ntuja kugira plan mpango yebyanga aboko kama teneti abere yatugambire buriyo utanko bakutonga urushozi konga nko kabashara yagamba ubuntu buyamba abantu bake. Ntubantu enda okutsindika mweza harushozi gakayamba abantu amakaменgi ho ntuja kukora plani ntukikora.
The First Lady Kyotera Museveni was impressed by the fruits of parish development model funds in strengthening families.
Ono kukwata nisoko nkukunde kamaka kandi amaka agakwatanise agahurire gombe kihanga ihanga erugumire yemerera amaka kugakuba gatagumire ihanga turugumire turuhurire tirine hiriyemerera amaka ninka mahega kuko botene mahega to kubasa kuteka PDM nyowe ikindi kugisimira ikindi agukuba cyo cyonka ni rwanisa obworo icyo kubanza kunka icya kabiri ni rwanisa amakagata kwatanise.
President Museveni also offered extra support of shillings 15 million to Mole, as well as 1 million shillings to each of the parish development model beneficiaries in this area. President Museveni later pledged 300 iron sheets, cement and shillings 50 million to facilitate the completion of a lock church. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Furthermore, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has allowed the operationalization of the copyright management system, a program that strengthens intellectual property and rights and protects the creative industry. During a meeting in Rwachitura attended by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, Minister of State for Gender and Culture, Peace Mutuzo, and a section of musicians led by the Senior Presidential Advisor for Creatives and Presidential Advisor and the Uganda National Musicians Federation President, Edrisa Musuza, alias Eddie Kenzo. President Museveni said that the copyright management system has been completed to address the emerging challenges in copyright protection. The integrated copyright management system will help creatives register works, monitor use, and where possible, receive payments for use of their works. A principal development economist at State House, Dr. Joel Isabidia, says that a musician will register their works like a song, and then different places that have been licensed to play that music will be monitored by a system. At the end of a certain period, the musician will collect money that has been paid by a particular business to use that music. And in more news, over 80 million shillings have been mobilized to secure the first community secondary school in Aukot sub-county in Soroti district. Through the Herbert Ariko Foundation, the dream to keep children in school is not just being left to die after the MP for Soroti City East, Herbert Ariko, mobilized fellow MPs in a fundraising event. The event was graced by the Deputy Managing Director of the National Water and Sewage Corporation, Dr. Sylvia Tumuheire Ari Nightway. Let's take a look.
This is the desire of every area in education, but some areas can attain this. Aukot sub-county is at the verge of securing the first community senior secondary school to bridge the education gap in the area through the Herbert Ariko Foundation. National Water and Sewage Corporation Deputy Managing Director Dr. Sylvia Tumuheire Alinaitwe laid the foundation stone for the construction of classroom blocks for Aukot Community Secondary School.
You know, education is very critical for our community and our country. It is said that the development of a community is equal to the level of education of the community. So this is not a mean project. It is a do or die.
The newly created Aukot sub-county had no secondary school.
The nearest secondary school is at the city. So this school will benefit our children so much because in terms of distance and of course it will help improve the standards here.
I'm so much overwhelmed by the initiatives of the political leaders, especially my brother Edmond Ariko and his friends. As a community, I also believe that what they have started makes history here.
Soroti City East MP Herbert Ariko says the initiative introduces steps to the first public school in the area.
While we also try to mobilize and lobby government to come in and grant aid as well as help us to construct this into a fully-fledged secondary school. We know that government is overstretched by budgetary constraints, but we don't want to sit and wait. We want to do something.
Over 80 million shillings have been collected to boost the project.
So it's a cost that we as leaders must bear.
Recently, government introduced plans to have a secondary school in each sub-county through the Universal Secondary School program. This has since faced a hurdle due to the lack of funds. The Parliamentary Budget Committee earmarked 390 billion in the report of the Budget Framework Paper for financial year 2025-2026, which, if approved by Parliament, will cater for the enhancement of universal primary and secondary education in the country.
So the solution to the problems in health are actually in education. So the committee recommends that free and compulsory universal primary education be provided by government, and the committee recommends an amount of 390 billion.
In last year's budget speech, the President requested Parliament to support him on the issue of universal free primary and secondary education.
This is the spirit where some politicians think can utilize their positions to mobilize funds and add credit to the education need. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
University students have been urged to build sustainable financial life while at school. Speaking during the launch of the campus version program by Family Uplift, Uganda are non-governmental, that's the organization, which is a non-governmental organization at Makerere University. Over the weekend, the executive director Munduru Mwanjuma says that the aim of the program is to empower students with financial literacy. More details in this report.
Family Uplift Uganda and the Financial Education Academy, in partnership with Coca-Cola Uganda, have rolled out a program, the campus version, a youth economic inclusion program, to impact 3,200 youths in 2025. This program will enable youths build a sustainable financial life while in school and after, encourage entrepreneurship, to engage in waste management, to be able to build wealth.
The problem we are solving, or the challenge, number one, there is quite a lot of unemployment. There are fewer jobs, all right? So we are here to inspire them, encourage them, and give them the knowledge and skills to start up something while they're still in university, and then also get ready while they're outside university.
The students were also encouraged to build successful careers by emulating the lifestyles of the successful speakers of the day. Amongst the speakers was Makerere Dean of Students Winnie Kabomboli, Mrs. Munduru Mwajuma, founder of the Family Uplift Uganda, Captain Farida Shaba, a pilot and a businesswoman.
I'm very excited because I got to speak to the students and to tell them my insights on how I made it to where I am today. The message is very simple. Work very hard for what you want, be integral, and always do what you say that you're going to do.
We're having a worry of, for all the years of experiences they've had in education, that they are at campus level now, opting to go into plastics to make a living is something they wouldn't want to do. So we further open their minds that waste management, or making a living out of waste management, is not limiting their goals to just waste management.
Others were Mrs. Ndagile Christine, a wastepreneur, and Mr. Chizito Isaiah, a management consultant.
When it comes to money issues, remember personal finance is behavior. So what they are lacking, one, they have a mentality that I'll get money in any way I want, and it will be quick. So getting quick money is a problem for young people when it comes to finances. Now, when they get it, even when they get a chance to get that money, spending it comes naturally. So my principle is, when you get the money, the principle is get the money, guard it, and grow it.
I'm Joseph Chigozi and Philip Aguta.
President Yoweri Museveni has donated mattresses, blankets and food supplies to ghetto youths in Kawempe to support their well-being and improve their livelihoods. The items were officially handed over by Major Emma Kutesa from the presidential palace. Let's take a look.
Essential items, including mattresses, blankets and bags of flour, was delivered to ghetto youth in Kawempe as part of President Museveni's initiative to uplift their living standards. During the handover, Major Emma Kutesa emphasized that the donation was a token of appreciation from the president.
Never twatuka wano ne tutulira mu nyumba abaana gye bali basula ate ne waji basula nava wano ne njogera n'omukulembeze w'eggwanga n'agamba nti babagulire ebitanda ate n'agamba nti agenda kugeddamu akawatereze mufunika washing bay ate.
He encouraged them to focus on their jobs, avoid distractions from opportunistic politicians. Major Kutesa also warned politicians against exploiting the youth for personal interests, urging them to allow young people to focus on personal and economic growth. He further stated that the NRM candidate Karadi understands the electoral process and is committed to fair play, emphasizing that leadership should be about service delivery.
Nze sesimbye ne Karadi sesimbye amanafuzi mpozi bw'aba alina ensonga ze z'ayagala kuyisaawo ate ng'ayagala bamukwatireko tekisoboka. Mukyala Karadi mbadde musaba anoonye akalulu ke, anoonye engeri gy'anaagobamu emigugu gye ave ku linnya lyange, ate ekyemusaba kiri kimu, tayingira mu ghettos. Bw'aba ayagala alina issues za mukyala Karadi bwe ziri kiriya, abadde ayagala kukwesa abaana ba ghetto tekisoboka.
The youth led by Kalyango Shafik appreciated the support from President Museveni.
Twebaza President w'eggwanga olw'okuba nti atuwadde ku bintu ebizze mu ghetto y'e Kawempe, era nga mu kisiibo kino abaana basanyufu nnyo. Luli nga ghetto structure tennajja embeera ebadde mbi nnyo, naye at least essaawa eno abaana obalaba nga balina essanyu, era twebaza Major Kutesa asobodde obituusa mu kitundu ky'e Kawempe kino.
Neyanza nnyo President Museveni otuyamba otufunira omufaliso ebitanda atuyambye okusula wansi nga tubale tusula wansi nga tulwala bamutulwala ebikubi tuluma.
Kawanguzi Paul, Aruri Jime, UBC.
Residents of Kasensero and Lukongola landing sites in Kyotera district have pledged to government over increasing cases of robbery and killing of fishermen. They attribute the crimes to job scarcity and declining fish stock in the Lake Victoria. They vow to support a new candidate in the upcoming elections, Kaka Ismail Ubega Uthman, on the NRM ticket. These are the details.
The Kakuto constituency in Kyotera district borders Tanzanian Lake Victoria and is home to fishing communities that are now grappling with increased insecurity. Residents claim criminal gangs have taken advantage of dwindling fish stocks, leading to a rise in attacks on fishermen. Many have lost their boats and engines to hijackers, as others have been killed.
Luli baavubanga ebyennyanja nga bifanga babifuna bagenda mu kagende kadde katulimu ayisi amaata agamu bagawanika ebintu biri awo amagye mangi nnyo ku nnyanja ne bavuba ne bakwata we bakola ki ab'amasambo luli amasambo gakolanga kati tegakola.
Moza Kasensero kuno emirimu mitono nnyo olw'ensonga olw'ebbula ly'ebyennyanja byakendeera. Ate nga gye gyali emirimu gyaffe egisinga okubeera nga gy'amaanyi oba kyekyali kisinga okutuwa ssente.
Kasensero resident Batisosno lamented that in December and January alone, they have lost 10 colleagues attacked by unknown assailants who stole their boats and engines.
Obubbi bwa yingini yo tukoseza ddala olw'ensonga nti ababbi mu biseera ebya Kulisimasi baalinga mwe basingira okubba nabo nga banoonya okubeera nti beeyisaamu mu Kulisimasi. Ne kati kyakyukamu olw'embeera nti gye tulaba ne Kasensero nti obwavu bwayitira wamu ne mu bitundu ebirala kye kimu.
Ali ono ne Desemba looza tufiiddwa abantu nga 8 oba 10 nga bonna bafa mu nziba ya yingini nga basaba yingini wagiremera oba bijegeraga nga bateekako ebijegere ku maato nga babatta.
The residents allege that even when suspects are arrested, they are later released.
Abantu bebata mu mazzi oba betusanga bonna nga bafunye okusomoozebwa kuba bakututeko yingini bawoza kimu batutuma yingini bagamba mutuwe yingini kuba batutuma nyingi ate nga tuzeetaagisa bwe bane mutuziwadde naffe baba balina okututta baba balina kutta bo batwale yingini.
Singa abantu abamu ababeera mu mazzi bakugamba nti balabika Batanzania kati kuteebereza kuli awo naye nga kiyinzika okuba nga kyava mu butakkaanyaganya mu mazzi awo nekitandika obubbi ne butandika.
Wayitawo nga wiiki nga bazzeemu okuvayo ne battayo abantu abalala kyokka ababbi bwe babakwata bagamba mulimu abanene era ababatuma.
Apart from insecurity, residents are also struggling with poor health care services and bad roads, making it difficult for border riders to transport passengers.
Kisinga otusoomooza ebyobulamu amalwaliro gano tugayina weewaawo tugayina ne gabulamu eddagala otuukamu ng'eddagala ttono ekyokubiri abasawo mwebali nenga eddagala ttono erimu lyoba osaba nga teririimu.
Tuyita mu nguudo ennungi ate zisingako eno kitegeera batukolereko ku luguudo babula tumenyeka.
Tuyina nga ffe ababooda tuli bubi nga Katonda mugulu tusaba gavumenti etuyambe oluguudo etukolere oluguudo. Ogenda n'otwala kasitoma ebisenyu bifuuse omusenyu amayinja gafuuse amayinja piki zigamba ogula piki n'ekaddiwa mu wiikisi 2.
Political hopeful Kaka Ismail Lubega Othman, vying on the NRM ticket in Kakuto constituency, has pledged to advocate for solutions to these problems.
They try to go and try to catch the fish in the Lake Victoria. They face a challenge of robbers who want to take their boats, who take the engines, and sometimes they kill them. As a result, the number of orphans in Kasensero has increased, regardless the challenges we got from HIV/AIDS, because it's still a problem in Kasensero or in Kakuto constituency.
Kaka Ismail Lubega Othman NRM candidate emphasized that at the Mutukula border, cases of vehicle theft are rampant. Boats and engines are also being stolen, leading to loss of lives. These are serious issues that need urgent government intervention. Residents say they want leaders to address their concerns.
We are assuring His Excellency and all the members of NRM that this time we are not going to make the mistake we made last elections. As a result, the people of Kakuto, they have stand firm behind me, Kaka Ismail Othman Lubega, and they are promising that if I become a flag bearer, they are going to stand with me so that we can change the bad image our constituency is getting as per now.
Benon Mokwaya, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
A third-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in software engineering at the College of Computing and Information Sciences, Tukwasiwe Martin, has announced his candidacy for Guild President for Makerere University. Tukwasiwe promises Makerere University students to improve infrastructure, enhance academic programs and promote student welfare. Makerere University is gearing up for its 91st Guild elections due 12th March 2025.
As Makerere University's commitment to grooming young leaders and imparting democracy in its students, the institution is gearing up for its highly anticipated Guild elections.
So I'm coming and we are going to grab the bull by its horns.
Tukwasiwe Martin, a third-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in software engineering at the College of Computing and Information Sciences, is an aspirant for Guild President, running under the slogan, "It's our time."
Makerere University has been led by reputable men, Nobati Mao, the likes of Olaro Otunu. They have given us a leaf to borrow from, and I really want to emulate such great men. It inspires me so much.
As a Guild President, Tukwasiwe promises to work tirelessly to address the concerns of students.
I am sure, and everyone who has been around knows, that I'm the right man for this job, simply because I'm a born leader, and I am inspired by the fact that I need to leave a legacy in Makerere University. Simply because I'm tested and proven. I have served at different capacities. Right now, I'm a proud class representative of software engineering year 3, and my class has surely not regretted having me as their leader.
Amtuheire Johnson, a second-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in economics, highlighted Tukwasiwe's commitment to uplifting the status of fellow students.
Yeah, he's a very good man. As Makerere University, as me a student, I decided to be on his camp because really, I really appreciate his commitment and decision. As a Guild President, I know he's going to serve us as Makererians.
The election for Guild President is due on 12th March 2025. Benon Mokwaya, UBC News.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Mkowe High School. Na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi wa MTN Momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, owulira otya mutima kati.
Banange sanyu byenye nali amochi wago nyanjaga nyangu amali balonze erinyo.
Shishi?
Njani awangula school fees.
Eza Momo.
Eza Momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okumala mwaka mulamba ndi musanyu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwene yanza ne yanze.
Wanje?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Nkubiriza muzadde munnange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Educationists say inadequate teacher education, lack of resources, poor infrastructure and limited parental awareness has hindered the implementation of the lower secondary school curriculum. A survey conducted by Economic Policy Research Center in 17 secondary schools in different regions highlighted significant gaps in the implementation of the lower secondary school curriculum. The head of physics department at Ginger SS, Aisha Nakaima, told UBC that only 35% of teachers attained TOT training directly by NCDC, leaving out the big number of teachers untrained.
Madam Nakaima Asha, the head of physics department, Lakeside Senior Secondary School. Under the new curriculum, it needs hands-on. When you handle the lesson in class, you have to tell the students about the real life, what they are going through, what does physics mean to them in the daily life. Some schools are lacking the gadgets because now it's hands-on. So some schools, they lack gadgets, whereby the students are not exposed. They end up just studying in class. They don't go outside. Now it needs, I call upon now parents to put in some money such that they can work hand in hand with the teachers. They take the students outside.
We are going to be able to answer the questions, and even if they come in scenario basis, the mere fact that you have been able to see them physically, we can be able to answer the questions without any disturbance.
Head teachers of private primary schools have appealed to government to provide vocational education materials that they can utilize to nurture and train young people. Led by Pastor Fred Sekwewa, a board member of Imani Milele Children Ministries, the teachers made their appeal to the Minister of Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, at the opening of a 3 billion educational institution for orphans in Lusaka Village, Makindye District, or rather division.
Pastor Fred Sekwewa lamented that many street children have never been to class but can learn skills. The appeal comes as the government pushes for more vocational training across all educational levels. The head teachers believe that introducing vocational skills at the primary level will empower children with hands-on abilities to secure their futures.
The appeal to the Ministry of Education is to always to have to see that emerging schools are assisted. Emerging schools are assisted. We know we have to adhere to all regulations and policies and as they are laid out. But a dream can always be achieved after a long period of time.
The message was delivered at a Thanksgiving service at the Gospel Messengers of Holiness and Righteousness Church in Makindye, Lusaka, led by Reverend Moses Semanda and Hope Semanda.
I'm proud because I'm the superintendent of these schools. We are working together with my husband, and I'm happy to see that we are having children whom we have educated and developed. They are now vibrant citizens in the country.
During the service, the founders of the institution shared how they were inspired to start teaching underprivileged children.
The challenge you have been facing for the last 36 years is being in a small place with the highest population of children and with no conducive buildings. Most of our buildings, as you can see, they are timber or wood. But God has been so gracious that has given us a ministry called Imani Milele Children. Imani Milele Children focuses on children who are vulnerable, orphans, or children without any hope.
Minister Mayanja toured the school's Scouts Parade and later commended Reverend Moses Semanda for contributing to the country's education sector.
First of all, I want to thank the Almighty God who has made it all happen. I want to thank the President of this country under whose government I serve, General Kyotera Museveni, who has accepted to be used by God to put in place an environment which enables such things to happen. We are here to say thank you for being faithful. Thank you for holding this family together.
The event concluded with the commissioning of the new school building. Kawanguzi Paul, Jamil Sekaja, UBC.
Over 400 returned migrants from Kampala Metropolitan have acquired skills in financial management and how to generate business ideas. After the training, each will be supported with a 500,000 shillings grant by the International Labour Organization. More details in this report.
Over 400 returned migrants, especially women from the districts of Wakiso, Kampala, Mpigi and Mukono, have acquired skills in financial management, courtesy of Vocational Impact, with support from the International Labour Organization.
Returned migrants, these are people who went to the diaspora to look for greener pastures and then came back. And you know, we all know that these returned migrants come back under different situations. Most of them are deported, others come after they've got illness, others are mistreated, and others come back after their contracts has expired, but under miserable conditions in such a way that their relatives misused their funds and they come back empty-handed. And with that frustration,
International Labour Organization looked at that gap and decided to fund this project so that we can reintegrate these people back to the community.
After that training, each will be supported with a 500,000 Uganda shillings grant by the International Labour Organization.
So the project is basically targeting to train these young people on entrepreneurship skills so they can be able to start their own businesses.
The beneficiaries commended the training, saying they plan to start their own businesses.
They are going to give me the 500,000. I'm going to add on something little that I have. I'll start second-hand store for second clothes. I know there are so many people who are in the low classes, they will buy those clothes, and I know I will prove.
I went to UAE to work. I got a job as a waitress and cashier in a restaurant, but my boss did not make my visa. He was deducting money for visa from my salary. I was paying rent, but he was giving me lesser money. And after a period of time, he closed all his restaurants. So I had to come back to Uganda since I did not have a visa by then. And when I came back to Uganda, the person I sent my small money to took my money and blocked me.
Local leaders in Mukono district appreciated the support offered to the returned migrants.
Category, actually, some of them have gone and their parents have used their money, their husbands have taken their money, their in-laws have sold their properties and plots. So there are so many of that kind in the district.
The returned migrants have been trained by Vocational Impact with support from the International Labour Organization under the Beta Regional Migration Management Project.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hey, Mkowe High School. Na wana tufunye wo muwanguzi owa MTN momo. Ye wangu de school fees ezo mwaka mulamba tebereza. Hey, owuliro otya mutima kati.
Banange sanyu byennyina lya mwoki wago nyanjaga nyangu wamali walonze erinyo.
Shishi?
Njani awangula school fees.
Eza momo.
Eza momo.
Ezo mwaka mulamba.
Okumala mwaka mulamba ndi musanyufu.
Oh my goodness.
Banange MTN mwenye yanza ne yanze.
Wanje?
Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Kubiriza muzadde munnange yonna gy'oli. Wallahi sasulia school fees for Momo Pay.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Welcome back, and it's now time for sports news. Engineers from across the country have taken part in the Engineers Run. This run that started and ended at Chambogo University is an event that promotes both fitness and professional networking. We have the details.
1, 2, 3, go!
The run that has backing of Ministry of Works and Transport was graced by the Chief Engineer Stephen Gitonsa, who highlighted the importance of local content to enhance Buy Uganda, Build Uganda.
So in this issue of local content, I think it is possible. As long as we emphasize the principles of good quality work, we should all be, proud that our local people can do some of this very challenging work.
The Engineers Registration Board Chairperson Henry Harinaitwe says the run is not only for health and well-being of engineers, but also strengthens professional networks within the industry.
And as you know, running is also about health. So when you run, you promote your health, you improve your health. And also coming together to run means we are now a team, we're a strong team of engineers and our stakeholders and supporters promoting all engineering activities. So it's important for us, for promotion, for teamwork, and also for our health.
Despite this being just the second year of the run, members are pleased by its growth, which points to bigger numbers in the future that will improve the sector through exchange of knowledge.
So we use this run as an awareness and also publicity for the works that are done by engineers
especially for having a sustainable world, sustainable Uganda. So we run and create such awareness, and also to ensure that as we do our works as engineers, we care for the environment, we talk about sustainability, so the solutions we give are supposed to also be sustainable, so that the future for other generations is sustainable, and so we should be able to give sustainable solutions as engineers.
The Engineers Run, which covered 5, 10 and 21 kilometers, is a build-up activity to the Engineers Day that will take place on 4th March 2025.
Jackson Kavuma has beaten his closest competitor Fred Lutaya by 4 votes to become the newly elected Uganda Cricket Association chairman. Kavuma, who replaces Michael Nwagaba, will, alongside Honorary Secretary Dennis Musali and Women Representative Lillian Namaganda, among others, serve on the executive for the next 4 years. Uganda Cricket Association's voting clubs include Africa Cricket Club, Wanderers CC, Premier CC, Kampala Institute CC, Tornado BCC, Tornado CC, and JACC, and Nile CC. And the CC stands for Cricket Club, just in case you know. The new executive will serve the fraternity office for the next 4 years, and these are the highlights.
Uganda cricket to the next occasion, which I believe would lead us into the ODI status and also help improve cricket as a game in Uganda. The next 4 years is going to be quite a challenging mandate for me, but I will need to work with every stakeholder that is possible there, the Fourth Estate, the cricketers, government, and all our partners who have been there for us. We have had challenges along the way, as you've heard and as you've seen in the audited reports, issues of audit, issues of governance, but now with the new sports law in place, that is the first project that we're going to do in the first 2 months, so that at least by April or by May, that our constitution is done and we are compliant with the new sports law.
I think our first responsibility has been assigned by the AGM today is to review our constitution so that it is in line with the new sports law, and that is going to be, as the honorary secretary of the association, that is one of my biggest responsibilities. I'm the custodian of the association in terms of governance, so that is going to be my first responsibility. We've been given at least about until June 30th for us to make sure that we comply with the new sports law. A committee has been set up of 7 members that is going to help us do this, and hopefully that we can be able to make sure that Uganda cricket is in accordance with what National Council Sports requires. I'm marketing manager for the Uganda cricket for the last 5 years, and this step up for me is to add more value to what I've been doing. There have been people that within the fraternity who can take over what I've been doing, but now for me the responsibility is to use my experience, use my connections to make sure we take the game forward. We need to, like the members have said at the AGM, we need to improve our development. We need to make sure our national team remains competitive, and I hope that I can use my connections and my experience to be able to take the game to the next level.
That brings us to the end of our 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. You've been a lovely audience, and it's been a lovely start of the new month. Thank you for joining us. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. From the team behind the scenes, allow us wish you a lovely month and a new week. Sajjalwayo kunzijayo.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.